Hi, in this video, we will talk about how to create reusable steps in Testsigma, and the same way, how to schedule your test plan execution, how to use loops or conditions in your Testsigma steps, and how to upload a file. Okay, these topics we will see in Testsigma. Okay, for that, we'll see one by one. First, let me go to test development. And once you go here, you can see here you see test cases and step groups. Okay, so what I'm saying here, reusable steps. What do you mean reusable steps? Some of the steps you are frequently using, so those will become duplicate. Instead of writing these duplicate steps, you can capture somewhere and you can call those steps whenever you need. When you're writing a Java logic or C# logic or Python logic, you will create your own methods, reusable methods, and whenever you need, you will call those methods. Same way, you can create a reusable steps, and wherever you need, you can call those steps. This is also one of the beautiful options available in Testsigma. So then you see step groups. So the moment you go to step groups, you see application login. I have already created one step groups. Once you go there, you just observe what is there. Okay, so what is there? Simple steps. How you write the, how you capture the test steps in the normal test case. Here also you will capture the normal steps. Navigate to this, enter username and in this text field, enter password in this text field, click on login button, something like this. Okay, when you execute multiple test cases, login scenario is common for each and every test case, right? I have 100 test cases. So for 100 test cases, at least 1, 2, 3, 4. These 4 steps are common. So 100 into 4, 400 duplicate steps you will write. So instead of that, you capture as a separate steps, shared steps. Okay, what is that? Is called step groups. Okay, and you can stare these steps. Normally, how you capture in the test case, you capture the same way. So I already captured here. So now I'll go to test cases. I'll create a test case. So I'll name it as step groups demo. Okay, and then write a test manually. So first step is what? I want to log into the application. So for that, before the step, before your step, you see some icon here. When you hover on this, you see step group. You just click on the step group. Okay, it will show all the available step groups, but I have only one, so it is showing only one. But if you have multiple, it will show all these things. You can search here also, and you can select. So application login. Okay. Once application login, and then create this one, then you can normally capture your steps. Here what I'll do, verify that the current page title instead of this, okay, I'll use contains. Verify that the current page title contains. So what is that? I'm saying automation and create. So I'm done my test case. Right, when you click on this icon, show step group steps, you see all the steps will show here, but I captured these are as part of step groups. But the moment when I see application login, when I take, all the things comes here. So this is one of the beautiful options. Now if you try to run your test case, it will simply execute your test case. So this is a sample test cases. So there might be a chance of showing this scenario a little bit, but in real time, your application might be big. There are multiple reusable things. That time, I think So what happened? Let me rerun again. There is something in the background. So run again. Run now. So now it started booting, right? Means it started executing your test case. If you expand this, it will go. So everything is executing as a one step. You see that passed. So it passed. And you can see each and every step passed. So this is how, when there is a, when you want to use multiple steps again and again, you can create step groups, and wherever you want, you can call in your test scripts. So this is one thing. And the second one is schedule your test plan execution. So now you go to test development. So test plans. So you created test cases, test suites, test plans, and you attach it to each and everything. So web automation. In the web automation, what are the suites you have? You have Windows machine suites. If you click on this, you have test cases will be there as a web functional. Okay, but simply I'll run this one. But in real time, I don't want to do this manually. I want to execute this daily or weekly or a particular day, particular time. So I want to schedule in such a way. Okay, so for that time, what you can do, you can go to test plans. You see that schedule. Then I want to schedule this plan. So schedule, you have a two options, run. The moment when you run, you see, you can give it is something like daily run. You can give some description. So daily, you can select the date on what time. So I want to execute it daily 11 or 12 a.m. something like that. And you want to repeat daily repeat, hourly, daily, weekly on Sunday, monthly on 23rd. Okay, the date selected is 23rd, so monthly on the 23rd. If you change this date to something else, 27th, and you come here, drop down, monthly on the 27th, weekly on Thursday, 27th is Thursday, so it will show that. If you want to select something Tuesday, weekly on, what is that, 31st, Tuesday, okay, weekly or Monday or monthly 31st day, something like it will come. You can schedule. Okay, so sometimes I want to schedule only, sorry, few test cases. You have partial run. The moment when you click partial run, so these steps are common in the top section: name, date, time, and repeat how want to repeat. But in the down section, include the tests or exclude the tests. Means partial means I have 100 test cases. I don't want to execute which are having login scenario, something like that. So otherwise, I don't want to execute some test suite. I don't want to execute this test suite. If you have multiple suites, you don't want to execute those, or you want to execute only those, select that option. Yes. And test case filters. If you have labels, these labels include what type of test case. Unit test, you execute only unit test cases. Okay, you execute only priority critical test cases. You execute only test cases which are created by Krishna Sakinala. Okay, which are assigned to this person, which reviewed by this person. So you have n number of options. With this, all these options, you can schedule. You can create and you can schedule according to your schedule. At the same time, it will execute those test cases. So this is also one of the beautiful options available in Testsigma. This is how you can schedule your test cases. Right, very easy. So the next one is how to use loop or conditions. I want to use for loop and I want to use if condition. Is that possible in Testsigma? Yes, it is possible. So in your day-to-day coding, very frequently use these conditions. For loop, if condition is very frequently used. So here, when you go to test cases, I have created a for loop demo. Okay, so I captured multiple steps. Okay, so my intention is I want to go to this URL and I want to execute, means fill this form with multiple sets of data: first name, last name, address, email, phone, and second person's first name, last name, address, email, phone, and third person, something like that. I want to repeat the same test case with multiple sets of data. Okay, so now for that I can use for loop. So while creating this for loop, when you click on edit, uh, so you need to create test data profiles. You see user data I created. Data 1, some data, first name, last name, address, email, and then phone number. Data 2, data 3, data 4, data 5. So 5 times I want to fill this data with these different sets of data. So how you can do that? So for that, you can use this data profile. First, you need to create this user data profile with the data which you want, and go to your test cases, go to for loop demo. And here, when you're writing any step, see, when you're writing any steps, you just hover on this, you see for loop. Click on for loop. Okay, loop over the data set of this data profile where set name contains this one. Loop over data set test data profile. You need to provide the data profile which you created and which index to which index. I have 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I don't want all these 5 now. I want 2 to 5. So you need to provide this index. So multiple options are available with this for loop also. So what I did here, loop over dataset user data from index 1 to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5, but I want only 1 to 4. And after that, you can create a substep. The moment when you hover on this step, it will ask you to add step here. So when you click on this add step, you see 2.1, 2.2, something like that. So that's how you need to create a step. Okay. So now, I don't want to create now. I already created. So now once I come here, okay. So now I created these steps. Means only these steps should be executed these 4 times. Okay. Clear the text box, enter in the text box. Clear the last name text box, enter in that. Clear the address text box, enter in that. Something like that. I want to perform this 4 times from 1 to 4 index. So this is for loop. This is how you can use. So let me run this one before that something is executing in the backend. So nothing. Run now. So local machine, test run. So it opened the browser. Now once it is, and you observe the behavior, it is started typing. First set is done, and the second set. And then third set. And then fourth step. Sorry, fourth set, and done. You see that executed successfully and passed. So this is how whenever you want to perform a few steps multiple times with multiple sets of data, then you can use for loop, something like this. Okay. And then what about if condition? So I have written one more test case called if condition. So navigate to this URL. This is just an example. According to your requirement, you can write conditions, but I'm just showing you an example. So navigate to this URL, and when you hover next to the before the step, you see conditional if. when on this one, you see that element is enabled. When the element is enabled, you try to interact with that. Currently, web page is completely loaded. Current URL is this data, means this URL. Checkbox element is checked, unchecked. When it is checked only, try to perform this one. So you have multiple sets of options here. Okay. I just took one example, right? Navigate to this URL. If the current URL is the same thing, then enter this information in the text box. Means when I navigate to this, if really navigated to that URL, try to enter something in this text field. So we'll try to execute this. A local device, no problem. We'll work in this. I don't want to see the execution. I just want to see whether it is executing fine or not, whether the condition is working fine or not. So let it execute. We'll see. So now I given the same URL here also. So test case should pass. Condition false. Okay, we'll see what is that condition false. You see, expected is HTTP, but actually it's HTTPS. Okay, so because of that, so when I copy this and when I go here, this is HTTPS, but what I have given, HTTP I have given. So because of that, it is failing. Now what I'll do, I'll go back and I'll correct it. And you can add else if also. You see else if, else. Okay, you do something else. Okay. So according to that, you can use these conditions also. So I want to edit this. I'll paste here. Now I change to HTTPS. Update. Now I updated. The current URL is now I corrected. And again, I will run. Now 100% this test case should pass. Let it execute. Still failing. Sorry, I have given, again I have given wrong one. So it should be. So it is working fine, right? It is negative scenario. Sorry. So both the times, if condition is not matched, so your test case is failed. So now what I'll do, I'll correct it. So now I corrected it, update, and then run now. So we corrected everything. And this time it should pass. You see that? Now condition is true, test case is passed. So this is how, whenever you need an if condition, you can use if condition in your Testsigma steps. Okay. So we have seen that also. And now one more thing is upload a file. Is that uploading a file is possible in Testsigma? So that is also possible. So what I'll do, I want to upload something here, choose file. Okay. I want to upload some file here. If I go to desktop or what is that? Give me 1 second. I'll click again. I have taken one image. I took the same image. Okay. So let me take another one. So let me choose another file now. You see, this is how I can upload a file. So for that, what you need to do, you go to when you hover here, you will have one of the options called test development, uploads. Click on uploads. You see that I added one logo, AT logo. The same way, I can upload one more. Browse Testsigma. Give the name Testsigma. Upload. So once you upload, it will give you one option, copy path. Okay, you need to copy this path and go to and create test cases. Okay, so I will create a test case here. File upload demo test cases manually. So navigate to which URL? This URL. Create. And let me duplicate this. I want to copy that again. Go to uploads. Copy path. So here, what I need to do, you have one of the natural language option, upload file using the element. So in that particular element, I want to upload. So select this one. What is this test data? You just copy the path which you copied from here. Okay. In this location, the file is available. And the element. Okay. Element I already taken. Choose file. Okay. And then create. That's it. Right. I'll go to there. I'll upload the file and we'll see. So let me run this one. I'll take the local device. Then we'll understand. Run now. So once the browser open, we'll see. Why it is deleting the history. We'll see. Why it is opened Edge. So let me rerun again. So if something is stopped in middle, so something is running behind. So come here and stop. So go back. Otherwise, we'll run in local device machine. Let me select Chrome. Okay, and then run now. Previously, it got selected Edge, so it is not doing something else. So this time we'll see. Your Chrome opened. Now it is what? AT logo. It should change it to Testsigma logo. You see that? You type that PNG. Then, if you want to see that, anyhow, you will have a screenshot. You see that? In the screenshot, you can see. So this is how you can upload a file in Testsigma. Okay, so these are all the topics we discussed, right? Create reusable steps, schedule your test plan, how to use for loop and if condition, upload a file. Okay, so that's all in this video. Please like the video, share the video, and subscribe to the channel for interesting updates. Thank you.